Got my tea. I got that.
Recording is on.
All right. So first, I want to get into him. I want to do a lot about him, and then I want to get in the family. Okay? Because when I do this, I'm on a one-track mind, and so I can't like put them into each other. It's either you on or you're off. And what is true with one of these things, he kept the first thing. I'm calling him in. I'm calling him in. I'm asking him to show up, and he's so chill. He's so nice. He's so pleasant. He's so wonderful. He has like this heart of gold, but then he also has like this depression and anxiety that also go along with him heavily. And when he's sitting there, he's like playing, he's messing with a lighter when he was talking to me. He's all about like throwing this shit around. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's sitting on steps in front of the house messing with a lighter. Like that's where he's at. And I'm like, all right, because they always put me in like their heaven or something that would be comfortable for them. And so this is where he's at. Another thing he just said, like first off the bat, he goes, I watch her. And I'm like, okay, don't think of it being creepy. It's good. That's like the initial thing that comes through. Another thing, okay, that's the playing with the lighter, nervous, sits on front steps. It's you talking. He puts your voice in my head, and it's you saying, I wanted to help you, Danny. I wanted to help you, Danny. And I don't know why that is, because usually that means there's something significant about that. Another thing he was talking about, who has a daughter?
No, I am pregnant, and I just found out that it's a girl.
Okay, you have the daughter. Perfect.
So I have 3 boys, and Danny knew my 3 boys, but I always wanted a girl. And I am 14 weeks pregnant this week, and we just did the preliminary blood work and found out this week that it's a girl.
Okay, yeah, so this is what he did. I'm just gonna say that this is how he showed, because I'm asking, I was like, is this his? And he's like he just shakes his head like that, and he like stands up with him, and he has this little girl in front of him, and he puts his hand, like her head's here, he puts his hand like right here and like this, and he does this smile, like he's smiling at you about it. And so I'm like, this must be her daughter, but he shows her as like, I'm about to give her away, like this is my thing. So know that currently he is with your daughter that is going. Oh, that's so cool. I mean, it was clear as day, like got off the steps, went around, showed me that. Oh my God, hang on.
That's amazing.
I get freaked out too. Okay, like okay,
and it's crazy because like I talk to him all the time, like just kind of talking. And I'm like, and I found out it was a girl, and I was like, that was you, thank you. That's crazy.
It is him. And so that's the whole like taking ownership, like this is me, because how we did it, the everything in my head when it happens is symbolism, like everything from how he stands behind it, like I'm watching, to like pushing her forward, to where he has his hand. This is obviously a daughter. It's nothing sexual, because that would be here, right? That's a whole nother thing. And so very, very kind gentleman. So I'm going to go ahead and put on my Vivaldi. That's some of the things that I got. And let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to kind of like zone out for a second. He's so funny. He's like, hold on. He's like, I did good. You did good. I was like, yeah, you did good. You did a good job. Hang on. So I was so happy to hear that. She'll be so happy to hear that. I love her so much. That's how he talks. Hold on. Why'd you go? Why'd you leave me? He's putting your voice in his head, or your voice in my head. Why'd you go? Why'd you leave me? He says, hold on. It doesn't feel like, he keeps showing himself as like getting gray, and I don't know why. Was he like sick?
Yeah. So he died of internal melanoma, and he found out in August and died in April.
Oh no.
So we literally just kind of watched him shrivel to nothing.
Oh, okay, because he has these big bright eyes and like this like almost boyish type of like smile and life about him, and then he takes that and he turns gray, like turning down the color all the way. And so for me, I'm like, oh my God, that means you like literally lost your soul.
Exactly what happened.
Oh, my poor buddy. Hang on. I'm not fighting it. He's not fighting it. He said, hold on. Just that he's so peaceful. He's like, just let her know I'm okay. Just let her know I'm okay. Something about holding hands, and he got really, really, really skinny. He keeps doing like this, and he keeps like apologizing. Would you come up and like hold his hand?
Yeah, we have matching tattoos.
He keeps like saying like I'm still on your hand, or like I have your grip.
Yeah.
So perfect.
So me, him, and his sister all had matching star tattoos. So mine is pink, his is blue, and hers is purple. And so when he was in the hospice bed, we all had our hands on top of each other.
Okay, because he's like, oh, this is so sweet. He's a symbolism person. He's a little word, but he's all symbols. Hang on, oh my God, he loves his sister too.
Sorry, my nose ring is falling out.
Oh, you're fine. Mine normally does too. I took mine out just because of it. And also, I used to sit there and just mess with it, and like that's what I would be like. So I now take it out before the sessions. He oh man, poor sister. I love her.
I'm very worried about her.
Yeah, he says like she's taken the brunt of this and everything else in depression. He's talking about being like her angel. He's saying he puts his arms around her from the back like this and hugs her, just hugs her. He loves her so much. Hang on. I don't know what she's going in right now, or he says, you got to get out of it. You got to get out of it. I don't know what's happening with her.
I don't know what's going on. Normally, I talk to her every day, and for the past couple of months, she's been very distant, and she's not herself.
Really? Yeah. It almost feels like, I'm not saying she's going to commit suicide, but it feels like a depression, like on that level.
Yeah,
you know?
I've been very worried about her lately.
I'm very worried about her too. Hang on. He's very worried because he's like, I didn't want to cause all this, but like he was the light for the sister. He keeps making her smile, and he's saying that like he's not there to do that, obviously. And he's talking about, God, what are you like afraid to go and like get stuff for this new baby or something like that already?
Yeah. So I have what's called a subchorionic hemorrhage, and so I keep bleeding a little bit on and off. And so I haven't really done anything because I'm kind of scared. I'm like, am I going to lose the baby? Or, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself.
Holy shit. Okay. He goes, it's not going to happen, because he keeps going. He's like, just go do it. Just go do it. Just go get it. Like, that's what he keeps saying. And I'm like, are you afraid? Is that why he keeps pushing you to do it? Hang on. Hold on. I do feel like you're definitely going to have some ups and downs in it, but I feel like she's going to stick in there all the way through. I definitely feel like she's going to stick in there all the way through. Hang on. No. Who's Danielle?
His ex, his daughter's mother. He has a daughter and a son. When he died, his son was only 2 months.
Okay.
Her mom is Christy, and I try to stay in touch with her, but she's kind of hard to get a hold of.
To pin down as well. Okay, because I keep hearing that name in my head over and over, and I'm like, that's somebody we want to reach out to and just like say hi or acknowledge that we're there, or we're around, or we see them. The kids were great. My kids were great. He
loved his kids. And it's so sad he didn't get to spend much time with his son.
No, but he's talking about how Danny is the softer side of the relationship. He would have been like he's the most caring little dad. Like I can't express how it feels.
He's amazing. No, like it's hard to describe. I get it. He's amazing.
Yeah.
He's been the best person in the world to me. And life is so hard without him.
Yeah, and that's what he keeps bringing up for you. He keeps like shuffling all these images, like pictures, in my head, and about how he's lacking it with you. But he's talking about he's talking about how y'all would just like, I guess, sit and like drink beer on the porch or something like that, or I don't know what it is, or like
we would literally just sit. We would sit and chill and talk for hours,
hours,
like literally for all night until the sun came up, just hanging out, chilling.
Yeah, that's what he's just doing. He's like sitting. He has his feet up. He's showing me like you and him just like sitting like this, chatting, discussing, and he makes me hear like obviously have some sort of beverage or drink with us, and like that's a big thing. And he's talking about how you're the one that kept my head on straight. Hang on. Aww. Did you give him a kiss on his forehead?
No, actually, I think we kissed each other on the cheek the last time we saw each other.
Perfect. Okay, because it keeps making me hear, and I'm like, but they're not dating. Like, what is this? And I'm like, it has to be somewhere over here. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the last time when I was leaving hospice, because I tried to make it back the day that he actually passed, and he passed like 30 minutes before I got there.
Yeah.
But the last time I visited before that, I went to give him a hug before I left, and he wouldn't let go. He pulled me back in, and we kissed each other on the cheek. So, and it was like the longest hug, and I definitely remember that hug.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, he's just like highlighting all these different little points and like how much he loves you. He's still getting used to being gone. It's weird because I know he's been gone, you said, since 2016, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like he's only been gone like a year to me. And hold on, I want to wait. It's talking about something about like your family trying to use you and like pit things against you and like back and forth and like all this stuff. And I don't know what that is. Hang on. He's talking about, hang on. Sorry. He like switches directions really, really quickly. Where? Maybe it's not using. Maybe it's always wanting. I think that goes.
Yes, I'm always very busy running and doing things for everybody else. The same way he was, always doing for everybody else.
That's what, okay, because I'm like, what does this mean? I'm like, it doesn't feel like negative like that. He's showing me pulling. So that's always wanting, always needing. And he's talking about, hang on. He's talking about when you like take a deep breath, take a moment, take a like a big thing. All this will soon pass, but it's gonna get even more crazier. Hang on, I really did you? He's trying to show me something, and I don't know how, because it's like he's showing me past and present at the same time, and I'm like, which way does it go? Did you move out of the town from where he was at, or something like that?
Or yeah. So when I tried to convince him to move too, but we moved away. Well, I moved away, me and my kids, a few years before he died, actually several years before he died. And I would always go back home to see him, and we always stayed super, super close. Like that distance had nothing.
Perfect. Okay, because I'm asking him, I'm like, I'm having him place you in his life, like how often and stuff like that, and he's showing me like you like moved far away, but like it's still close, right? And so I'm like, what does this mean? What does this mean? Is there a point when you're going to be moving back or something like that?
I don't know. Probably not. So we're from Maryland. We're both from Maryland, but I moved to North Carolina.
Oh shoot! Far away.
Yeah, I moved in 2011. But I always came back home to visit, and of course, every time I came home to visit, I visited him, and of course, I still visit his grave.
Okay, that's okay. Because he keeps taking you and he keeps having you hop. But like, this is where home is. This is where our heart is. This is, I don't really understand what he's trying to get to, but it's all something about moving and coming back and forth. And that's why I'm like, hold on. He's with an older gentleman and there's another female as well. And he's just like showing me who he's with. I think that's definitely like on his, it's almost like, hold on. I think those are grandparents. I believe those are grandparents or something like that because they're older and it doesn't, hold on. But then I guess there's not a lot of people that have died in his family because he's like, oh, that's it. You know, like that's it. And he's talking about, I appreciate what you do for me. What does she do for you? Hang on. He like did you want to talk at his service but you didn't or something like that?
I did, but I'm not the kind of like public speaking type, so I didn't say anything.
Okay, because he's like all about like she talked or something like that. She did a good job, but like there's this hesitation that goes around with it, and he's like giving you a pat on the back for that. And I'm like, what does this mean? And hold on. He's talking about how now he has a gut, or he would have a gut. And I'm like, can you stop? Like, leave that alone. And then he's talking about how, can you feel him in your kitchen? Like when you think about him, can you feel him? Because he keeps...
So on his birthday, it's crazy. I've never seen a butterfly at nighttime. And whenever I see a butterfly, I think of, like him. And so, and like I have butterflies tattooed on my arm. This whole arm is basically dedicated to him. So it's butterflies and flowers and all kinds of stuff that reminds me of him. So on his birthday, July 10th, my kids were outside on the front porch, and like a butterfly landed on Blake, my middle kid. And he comes inside and he's like, "Mom, this butterfly landed on me." It's like 11, almost 11 o'clock at night. And then so the butterfly flew in the kitchen and was just flying around the kitchen and like, wouldn't leave. And we were trying to get the butterfly to go back outside without hurting it. And it just kept flying around until eventually we got it back outside.
Oh my God. Okay. So this is what he's showing me. And this is why I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. So you'll see me. So he's showing me with tennis shoes on, walking up these steps through the front door, walking in the living room, and then going in the kitchen and like going around, and people are feeling him and seeing him and then leaving. And I'm like, I don't know what this means. And so that, okay.
Yeah, we did. So I recently moved at the beginning of the summer. I bought a house, and so it has a front porch where the steps come up, and that's where the boys were on the front porch, and the butterfly came on the front porch and landed on Blake.
Yeah, that's it.
Through the living room into the kitchen.
Perfect. Yeah, because he's showing me this, and he's making me feel like he's energy at that point, right? So I don't want you to think if something bad happened to the butterfly that was him in it. He's the one that directed the butterfly, and you can feel and sense his presence and know he's there. So know that was a real thing. And I find it really interesting that Blake is your son's, your middle son's name, because I have a really good friend that passed of cancer, and I haven't felt him around a whole lot. So I like to play this game with signs, like give me a sign that you're around. And so yesterday evening, I told him, I said, give me a sign that you're around. I'm giving you 24 hours. You know, I feel you, but I haven't sensed you in a while. And his name was Blake. Anyway,
that's awesome.
It just so happened that you said that for some weird anyways. So now I'm like, all right. Okay, so there's my sign as well. So we both have it at the same time. With you, what he loves you, and I want you to continue praying to him. I want you to continue talking to him. I want you to continue. He keeps like, hold on, watching out for the little kids. He keeps referencing his shirts. I don't know why. He keeps referencing his, I think that's with everybody else because you, hold on. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. What do you have of his that you wrap up in? Do you have something you wrap up in?
No, I don't think I have it. His sister has some stuff that she said that she was going to give me, but I don't have. I have one of his guns, but I don't think I don't have anything of his that I wrap up in.
Yeah, there's something he keeps like, and I'm like, it doesn't make sense. Like nobody does blankets. Like, what is that? He keeps showing me like this, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. So I think that may go along with like what maybe you're getting from the sister, or maybe you're getting sweaters or like sweatshirts.
Yeah,
or, like,
I bought him. So when he was in hospice, I bought him like this really nice fluffy blanket, and I think his sister has it.
Okay. See if you get that back. If you do, keep that in the back of your head, and that would be really weird. Please email me. Okay.
Okay.
What is going on with? Hold on. Is Renee and Alia? Who are those people?
Ava.
Yeah. Who's that?
Ava's my aunt. She passed away a few years ago.
Okay.
That's Renee's brother. My dad's sister. Her brother is Renee.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Because it's like it's weird because as soon as we start saying that, it's like they're bickering back and forth or something like that, like
yes.
going together. And so I'm like, these are like, hold on, hang on. The Ava person, hang on. Wait, were you closer to Renee?
Was I closer to him? Not really. So I got close to him for a while, and then his wife didn't want him to have anything to do with me. So he wrote me off. So my aunt Ava got really angry, and they were bickering back and forth. And then she got really upset at him because he let my grandma pass away without her ever knowing about me. Because I didn't meet my dad until I was 18.
Okay, so the Renee person is coming through and like apologizing, like saying, I wish we were closer like we were. I wish we were closer like we were. That's why I was like,
yeah, we had gotten really close for a while. And then so it's just him and his brother Nestor that are left alive. And then my Uncle Vic and Aunt Ava have both passed away. But Aunt Ava and Vic are the two that I was closest to after my dad wrote me off.
Okay, that's why. Okay, so that's that. But with hold on. Give me your father's first name.
It's Renee.
Okay, hang on.
He's a Renee.
He is Renee.
Yeah, I've tried to reach out to him like several times, but I guess because of his wife, he won't have anything to do with me.
The wife's just like a stingy piece of bullshit, isn't she? Sorry. Hang on.
No, nobody really likes her.
No, I mean, that's very negative. Like, that's what your people are talking about, and it's like going over here. Hang on. Watch out for his heart, like a heart condition going on or something like that. Like, as I get close, I mean, he's not really that. How old is he right now? Is he like in his mid-50s, maybe?
No, he's older than that now. He's gotta be like mid-60s, late 60s. I don't even remember.
So they keep talking about how he's a young man, or like a younger man, and I'm like, okay,
he's the youngest of a brother. Yeah, he's the youngest kid.
Okay, they're just like, oh, he's the young man, or like, and I'm like, I know he's not, and then they're talking about like, watch out for his heart, or watch out for a heart-related issue or condition. It almost feels like there could be a blockage or something like that goes along with stress and like hypertension, not just because of life, but also because of this woman as well. And he kind of like, hold on, I don't know if it's gonna ever get to the point where y'all can have an amazing, wonderful relationship, because I also feel like he's gonna pass before she does. So there's not really a write-off of like, oh, she dies and now y'all can get close together. You know?
I can totally see that.
Yeah. I mean,
I wish we could make amends before, one of us passes away, but I don't think it's ever gonna happen. Because he cowers to her so much.
He does cower to her so much, but he always calls it about like, I just want to make sure she's happy, right? Like, that's the whole thing. But then wait. She like, I don't know why she would call you like trouble. Why would she say that?
I don't know. I've never done anything to her.
Oh,
she never liked me. Yeah, and I have sisters, I have siblings that, I wanted to get to know. And I did start to hang out with one of my sisters when me and my dad were close, but then she had a fit about it. So
okay.
Even now, like, I saw them at a cousin's baby shower not too long ago, and they just kept giving me like the evil eye the entire time. They don't speak to me.
Okay, so what I want you to do when we're done here, I'll do this tomorrow during the day. If you can, I want to see if there's not a way we can schmooze it. I can tell you that for sure. But I want to see how the charts line up. So when we get off, if you could email me your date of birth and the city you were born in, and then if you can give me hers, and if you can give me your father's, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a chart, and I'm going to go and I'm going to look through all like the different energies and how it interacts. And a lot of times with the charts, you can not only feel it, but you can see like, oh, if I come across this way, maybe it will appease to them, so I can get in to do this, right? But without like some of the times, like, let's say I'm a Libra moon, right? So my husband is a Taurus moon. If I came up to him and just said, I want to go to the store, damn it, let's go right now, he would be like, excuse me, right? That would work. Like, if he came up to me and did that, I'd be like, all right, because that's what we do. It's like, let this go. But if I did that to him, it would be a different way. But I would have to come up to him and be like, would you like to go to the store? Is there anything that you want from it? Right? It's just more like, and he'd be like, yeah, let's go, and we'll get stuff for you too. So it's just different ways of talking and appeasing. And I think if I broke that down, I would probably be able to get you into where you can figure that out a little bit easier too. And hold on. This Ava woman, hang on. Ava just like welcomed everybody in. She's like this big like welcoming person now for some reason. Hang on.
She is.
Yeah. She's just like, oh, I don't know why. She's talking. She's like, I don't know why nobody, really gets along or gets together anymore. Like, they didn't do anything wrong. Like, all this stuff. Like, she's the one that's sitting there and like trying to make sure that everybody's good. And she's very frustrated with how that hasn't happened yet. And if you want to get in with them, don't think it's anything based on you and who you are and if you're a bad person, because you're not. You're wonderful. You're going to have this beautiful little girl. Just wait. You have 3 great kids. You have people that love you on this side. But ask her, because she'll be the one that starts moving mountains on that side. Okay? There's different people that you pray to that can do different things. Like, you're not going to, if you have a child that passed, you're not going to pray to that child to get you a new job, because they're all about love and getting you in here. You pray to like your father, because it's a whole nother thing. But that's what you need to do with her. And so for right now, hang on. She's okay with, Ava's okay with where she's at. Hold on. It's almost like Ava didn't take care of herself really well or something like that. She's talking about, hold on. She's done with life, though. She's done with life. I was over it. Hang on.
Yeah, she was on dialysis and everything.
Yeah, she was done with it. Like, there's some people like him that's like, oh my God, if only, right? She's like, oh, shit, done. Totally done. Yeah, she's much of a louder person, and she adores you as well. So talk to her, ask her to get into that. Send me that information when you get off, and then I'll do that in the morning when I have coffee. Okay. So,
all right, awesome.
What I want you to do right now in closing is take a couple minutes before you go into the rest of your world and have either a good breather or a good cry, because it takes a lot of energy for them to come through, and we need to kind of release it. Another thing is, tonight, before you go to bed, before you hit the hay, take another 5 minutes, and in your head or out loud, tell them you love them and tell them thank you. Okay. And then if you have any questions or if you need me, or send me that information, just email me. Okay,
awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's all. It was amazing. I love it. I've really been missing Danny, and I love him so much. So I'm so glad that he's okay.
He's perfectly fine, and he's good. And this is the thing that's so hard for me when I do this, is that he loves you, and there's like, you can't, this is wonderful what I do, but a really good hug would mean so much too, you know? And I know you have that, but at the same time, they're with you, and he's with you so much and so often, and he's such a kind, wonderful soul, and he's okay. He has a heart of gold. He feels just lovely, like a little cloud. And so just enjoy him, love him. He'll be your little person on the back, and he's going to be in charge of getting your daughter in. So please tell him thank you. Okay?
All right.
I love you, girl.
All right. Thank you.
Bye,
You're awesome.
You're welcome.